everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy day it is for you where you are. I want to say Wednesday. That sounds accurate. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. How are you all doing? How did the final day of Love is in the Air treat you if you managed to sneak on for one last love rocket or broom or armor attempt before the holiday ended? It has now ended. Love is no longer in the air. Terribly, and you. No rocket this year. Did get a broom. Sleepy Hazel morning. We're once again trying to like really stick to our guns with a sleep schedule, and I rarely make it out of the growing pain cycle. Got both mounts this year. Nice. Got the broom, still missing love armor. Only ellipses from Zold. Oh, thank you. Bye. Only oh dear. Rocket and broom, no dragon manuscript. After flailing for some days, finally bagged the Zekfir guy for the ugliest mount ever. Congratulations. I like how whenever anybody correctly types Zekfir with the 2 question marks, it just sounds like they're very confused and upset about how confused they are. Oh boy. I made a paper airplane. We have a dog of the day calendar. It's a We Rate Dogs dog of the day calendar that was a gift from some of our friends, and we like it very much, and every day we see what the new dog is. And the paper that you pull off of it is like just the right shape for making it into a paper airplane. Oh. Well, now I don't want to throw it because he's gonna go. He might. I don't want to wake up Moogler. And this is actually quite a triumph to have made a normal looking paper airplane that might actually fly in a straight line, because up until this point I've just been improvising, and all of my paper airplanes have had the remarkable distinction of flying backwards in that I'll throw them and they'll zoop around in a full, they'll come back at me basically, and then Moose goes against them and then you rip them into little pieces. So this is a big improvement. I googled it this morning. I will say I did do research. Ford looks kind of terrible on the mount. Think I'm on track to get all the War Within Renown's max this week. Got Assembly and Threads last night. Just Council Rep next. Nice. Did you get the broom on Monday morning? Man, I go into Monday morning and I have the rocket because I had that last year. We'd tried every single day. Also, this flight path is excellent. We'd tried every single day for this broom that I wanted because it was going to match my gnome's transmog, because my gnome actually stands up on it, and because I'd held off in the trading post one hoping that I'd get the Love is in the Air one. No luck. We tried every day on stream as well as a bunch of days off stream. I didn't miss a single day. The very last morning, I remember with like an hour left in the event, I turn on my computer out front that I usually play Hearthstone Battlegrounds on. Hi, kitty cat. You want to come up? I've preheated the lap with a water bottle here. I can make room for everybody. Hi. And alas, as it would happen, I got the broom. I couldn't. Also, this is exactly how it's intended. I couldn't believe it. I wish I had screenshotted it, and I meant to, except that I'm not used to the keyboard I use on that computer, so I was like, wait, how do I record this? I ran it. I just opened the bag right away, and on the last possible day, off stream, the broom dropped. I couldn't believe it. No armor, but that's fine because I didn't especially want it. I was coming over here because I wanted to turn in this Cthulhu Eye. All of my characters, with the exception of possibly my Warlock, because I had misunderstood trash and pets, should be finishing AQ this week. He had us going in the first half. I was trying to think of how to set up that story to have a plot twist without straight up lying, and I feel like we did not too bad for being kind of sleepy. Thought you're only allowed to use the streamer client on stream. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be writing it on a bunch of characters like this because this looks ridiculous, but my gnome looks so good on it. Gnomes and hopefully mecha gnomes actually stand on it as opposed to sitting down, and they look amazing. You just want a squishy moosey? Sleepy moosey. This morning I get home from yoga maybe like 8 minutes earlier than normal, and I guess he's on a pretty tight clock because he was laying in bed and he looks at me, and normally he'll spring out of bed and come greet me all excited when I come home in the morning, but this morning he kind of looked at me like, Mom, you're early, and he didn't really want to get up, but then Kitty Cat came running because she's still got it, and I was saying hi to her, and then he was like, well, fine, if you're saying hi to the cat, I guess I can get up. So I think we're very sleepy too. We do it? What do you mean I don't meet the requirements for that quest? Don't tell me I got rid of the thing. Eye of Cthulhu? Oh, I just didn't select a thing. There we go. So that was for 1,000 Brudenose Dormu rep. I don't need it strictly, but it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt at all. And then I guess I'll just I don't have a teleport scroll on this character, but she can I don't know. We'll get there eventually. Bring mats are pretty neat. My only issue is that mount equipment doesn't affect them for some reason, so you can get dazed. Weird. I wonder if I was gonna say, I wonder if they'll fix it eventually, but they either will or they won't. Me wondering is not gonna do nothing. I think I got it with like 2 days left. Was prepared to farm it again next year. Can say I'm done with Love is in the Air until they add more. Nice. I was very much expecting to have to go back and farm it more next year. I did not think that it was in the cards for me this year. Normally do quests like that, just they stop annoying me. Yeah. So I actually have done the little log farming already. Oh, see you later, buddy. Bye. See you, Moose. I've done a little log farming already this week, as it happens. Yesterday. Well, the last stream anyway. Stream, whenever that was. I was chatting about how what if, off stream, over my weekend, I just check for rares and stuff a few times, just see if, the BRD rares are up or maybe Meshlock or something, just kind of testing the waters. And y'all promised me, or 2 to 3 people, but I'm taking that to mean everybody, that was definitely cool and chill and not cheating at all. So I did on my weekend. On a variety of occasions, sit down to burn through 10 instance lockouts to check for rares, and I'm glad I did, because A, I have the rares that I was farming for. I got the Globe of DSAC out of Lubers, and I got the Nature's Embrace off of Meshlock and Moradon. And I'm glad I did it off stream, because it took me 60 extra attempts. It would have been 2 weeks worth of doing it on stream. It was wild. I just kept popping back in throughout the day being like, really? Are you kidding me? But no, not kidding. Love dungeon drops a broom? No? Don't worry, I will be farming it another year. Saga, thank you very much for the 52-month resub. Happy to have ya. Playing WoW off stream. That's how I know I'm really into the Mog farm, is in the last year to 2 years, the only times I've really been playing WoW off stream have been expansion launch or key and raid nights. And I enjoy those a lot. I have a lot of fun, but I haven't been logging on just to play by myself, because usually I would play, if I had time to play games, I would play something with Flabby. But I really wanted to farm Mog. I really wanted to farm Mog. So my hunter actually has already done, the reason I know that I can get enough rep is because I ran AQ already on my hunter this week on one, anyways, the hunter I was using. And I got her all of her items. I got her sets. So my hunter AQ set is finished. My priest AQ set is finished. I still need one helmet. I need a Helm of Regrowth from Aemis off of 20. So until that boss coughs it up, I'm going to be in here doing this. I guess I can just mount and run there, more or less. But yeah, once Amos gives up the Helm of Regrowth, I can stop doing 20 altogether. And this week is enough rep to get. I actually, especially when turning in the Karaji Lord Insignia, which I hadn't really been properly turning in before, I was able to get not only to Honored, which is the highest one that you need to get the last pieces of tier, but also to Revered, which I didn't even need. So we are in great shape. What about the good stream buff? You know what actually, what did it for, I forget what it was. It was one of the rares. I was looting one of the rares. I think maybe Meshlock, trying to get that Nature's Embrace cloth robe. So Meshlock was the creeper and Moradon in the middle that we were running for. And I tried him for a long time. That was a big farm because it was kind of annoying getting there in the first place, and also because it would not drop. I kept getting anything except for the chest piece whenever he was up, and he was only up like twice every 10 lockouts. So I finally, like, I see that Meshlock is up, I'm running there, I'm singing, you know, I'm going, and then I'm in the living room, of course, I'm sitting on the floor on the coffee table with stellar ergonomics. And Moose is hanging out there, and he's got his rubber chicken. So I'm like, Moose, honk for me, honk, honk, because he's got a rubber chicken. And I asked him to bless me with the chicken call, and he did so with great gusto. I think he was just excited to be included. And then the robe dropped. So that is the new. It's not always available. It's kind of requires the dog to be awake and also currently interested in playing with the rubber chicken. But great superstition, lots of fun. Hazel, I hate to tell you this, but I think you have a Mog problem. No. Did you cave and build a speed set? I caved and started to try. However, I put that, I wasn't gonna, but then Flabby was like, get in the car, loser, we're going speed set farming. He kidnapped me. And then I did go along. Although we started farming in Toldagor and the piece was not dropping yet, so we'll do more of that eventually. Zavis says epic shoulders, low drop rate, are you allowed to skip those? Technically no, but we'll see. Who is Zavis and what are these shoulders and how rare are they? Didn't say that was bad. How's your trip going? How's your trip? Are you where are you? Too much house that you could skip, like Sulfurous and Thunderfury. Yeah, I would need to come up with a new technicality, but what are rules if not made for me to bend them at my will? Come on, Amos, when Helm of Regrowth? Please! No, not that time. My goodness. That particular thing just does not want to drop. Coffee all gone? Coffee all gone. Oh, gosh. I tried going to bed at, like, 8:50 to 9 p.m. last night because I knew I was going to get up at 5-ish, and I'm really trying to like go to bed really early so that I can get like good sleep before I get up at 5, because it's one thing to get up and go do yoga, but it would be nice if I wasn't yawning the whole time. And I got to sleep actually pretty quickly. I was pretty tired. I had a big exciting day, lots of fun. But then I woke up at like 3 or so in the morning because Kitty was throwing up, and then Moosey was like, he was sleeping up front, but when he heard her throwing up, he like appeared in the doorway as a silhouette because I think he was worried about her. He came to check on her, which was very cute. And then it took me a while to get back to sleep, and then I had weird wedding dreams. Back into Vancouver last night. Spent Monday, most of Tuesday running around the island. Nice. Oh, you went to East Souk. That's amazing. That's like my favorite. That's my favorite place to go hiking that I never go because it's longer than 5 minutes away from home. Yeah, nice. Venturing on Victoria, walked about 15 kilometers. Great sense of the city. I mean, yeah, 15 kilometers. You probably saw the whole thing. Great. If you say weird dream, immediately scared. It was very bizarre. That was my first wedding anxiety dream that I had. It was basically that my wedding had already begun, except that I wasn't ready because it was months before I thought it was going to be. So I didn't have my vows written. My dress hadn't arrived. We didn't have rings. I sent my partner out to like go find some rings just for us to exchange so that we could like get married. And he comes back with like this monstrosity that's like gold with like loopy bits, and it's got like a Hot Wheels track. And like I'm trying to find a dress to wear, and everybody's like, "You're late, get over it, just show up." And I'm like, "But everybody's dressed up nice, and I bought a nice wedding dress, and it hasn't arrived yet because I thought the wedding." And everybody's just like, "Get over it." And I'm like trying to get there in time. Get in, loser. East Souk is lovely. 17-mile pub. Turns out the owner of the pub are from Montreal. Oh, nice. Oh, man. Hot Wheels truck would be nice for when you're bored. Yeah. Car goes for... Yeah, not enough wedding bands have puzzles and or toys implemented on them directly. Okay, so I am still getting... you get rep from trash through... You have to go through, like, hostile and then, or hated and then hostile and then unfriendly to get to neutral, but you're getting trash rep through all of those. So I should probably, it's kind of annoying to like go out and back in, but I could because this is where you turn in the Karaji insignias. It's kind of confusing because it doesn't look like they want anything from me, but they would take, and I have 18 of them, which is like quite a lot of rep. Just to be on, well, actually, you know what? I'll try it this way, and then if I fail, then I'll learn from my mistakes here. But I'll just turn them all in, and then we'll do the run, and then hopefully we still get to honored is our goal here. Should be fine. I don't think the trash rep was really carrying us that hard. And I think we had like quite a bit of spillover rep that wasn't needed, so let's turn in all of these. Have you done the Aelard Farm Trail? Yeah, I like that one a lot. Did you see the petroglyphs? I know that's one of the ways that I get to the petroglyphs. Working an Argus family battler. My God, there's 180 fights to do. Yep. I fondly trace that challenge to the moment that I started to burn out on YouTube. Because I did an original strat for all 180 fights and I packed them into 18 videos. And then to my perception, nobody watched them. because it's a family battler achievement and nobody cares. So my rep is currently, we got to neutral, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, I got to neutral, so I can actually also turn in boots. I just need an Idol of Rebirth, and luckily you can actually buy these things. I thought you couldn't for a minute because my auction house was lagging yesterday, but no, you totally can. I'm sure I have extras on other characters, but they're like less than a gold on the auction house. It's easy enough just to do this. And there we go. There's 2 pieces. We'll have to come back in once we get to honored to get the rest of it done. I don't need to do that. Yeah, so we just need helmet, trousers, and a vest. I don't need this staff in the slightest, although we can turn it in if we get the pieces for it. Lovely. We did. Fun one. Technical, not too challenging. Yeah. I do that one with my mom sometimes. Or at least I've done that one with my mom at least one time. Hi, kitty. How you doing? How you doing? Okay. So now that we're into neutral, I think I don't need to stress that much about trash. I'll find out when I swipe through a little bit of it here, but I believe that I'm not really going to be getting much rep from it anyways. If I end up falling short of honored, I'll just do the raid again next week. It won't be a big deal, but I will then know for the rest of my characters that it was important for me to hold on. Also, I had less insignias. I think sometimes some characters just get luckier than others with the rep tokens they get to drop. I had less of them on this character than I did on my hunter. For sure. Did you make it to the patisserie? Yay! Hit patisserie Daniel for fairy stracks, tarts, cakes. Definitely their strength. Yeah, they do some yummy stuff. I was just about to say. Okay, so I did get rep from that actually. Maybe it still gives you rep in neutral. Maybe it's just like higher rep levels that it stops giving you rep. Because yeah, I'm getting plenty of rep. Not a problem. Not a problem. I would have done more of this off stream too, because I feel like the AQ it's fun, but it's probably not the most fun thing for me to stream, because there's less like mystery, you know. There's less, oh, is the thing gonna drop? And it's more like, well, do the whole thing and you'll have the rep to buy the set. But it is exciting that we're finally in the week where we can be buying the sets, because that's gonna make the actual percentage skyrocket as we finish everything here. We're at 57.26 right now, but I bet you it's going to be much better than that by the time we're done. There we go. Did I get what I needed from him? No, I need one more piece from him. The Silithid royalty are really being rude here. And it would be a unique appearance, yeah, so we'll have to get it that way. Croissants? 6.5 out of 10. Really? I really like those, but also I've never been to Montreal, so perhaps they have the good stuff there. I know you're an aficionado. The royalty are royal pains in the behind. They are. I agree. The one credit I will give them is that they're pretty close to the entrance, so if I was farming just them, it would not be, or just them, it It would not be a massive inconvenience to do so. Oh, man. Muscles sore. Are you in a class that can realistically do the Oz thing? Yep. Yeah, totally can. Everybody that has a classic set, with the exception of Paladin, and then, yeah, with the exception of Paladin, because everybody else can use daggers. The freezing is not a problem. I just have these files of Glacial Fury. I use those on every class, and thus every class can freeze him because they'll be getting frost damage procs. Oh, that's kind of cool. So the ice damage is not the problem. The trouble is just making sure you can hit it quickly enough with melee swings without needing to go get like fancy trinkets. And Paladin is the only class with an AQ tier set that is tricky to do that on. Being a huge pain in Hunter, but possible. Yeah, Hunter. Yeah, it goes fine. It takes a while. Don't get me wrong. It takes about 90 seconds to 2 minutes to freeze the boss. There's every argument for me to not bother doing that and just move on past it, but I like doing it for vengeance. I hate that boss, and I kill it for fun. Also, it drops a pet that you can generally sell for some decent gold, so that's a nice side effect. Jam Cafe makes a mean breakfast brunch. Oh, I'll have to check them out. I don't think I've done that one. You do not need to kill Viscidus to get the tier set. He drops bindings that you need to get the quest rewards, but so does Huhuron. So you can get the bindings you need from her instead with no trouble. You'll probably have more bindings if you do Viscidus, but it's certainly not required. If everyone in chat started doing it, the pet would stop selling. Everybody would be caught up, and then there would be Viscidus pets for all, and wouldn't that be a beauteous future to live in? No, I didn't like saying the word beauteous. I don't like that one. I'm gonna retire that. Pet sells because no one wants to do it, right? It's like a public service we're doing here. Popular, loud, off hours might be better. Delicious, huge portions. Sometimes it's exactly what you need. I've been doing a bigger breakfast and smaller dinner, which is very unlike me. My whole life I've generally eaten my biggest meal like in the evening, but I've been trying to play around with switching that up and sort of fasting in the evening, which then makes me really hungry for breakfast. And then I eat a lot. I eat a lot at breakfast. Oh, I forgot I was going to have a protein shake on stream. I'll be okay. Can't believe new patch Tuesday. Yeah, me neither. Let's just pretend that's not true. I'll confront that reality later today. Right now I'm going to live in my little bubble of I could just farm transmog forever. So we're going to throw on our file. And lovely. This will take a while. Here, just for fun, I'm going to see how long it actually takes me to freeze him. It's a bit variable because you're relying on procs, so depending on how lucky you get with your procs, you can freeze him very quickly or not very quickly. Keep doing Mog, pretend there is no patch. Dungeon-wise, I am now into poking around Scarlet Monastery. And in all the things, new and old Scarlet Monastery are kind of blended together in the same listings. It's a bit confusing, but it's fine. It works well enough. So that means that I will be farming new and old Scarlet Monastery in a kind of a vague order for a while once we actually get back to dungeons here. She doing okay? She's doing all right. She's somewhat stable. She was pretty sick last night, but she looks like she's feeling a lot better this morning. Moosey Bear did a cute thing with her. Yesterday, I was vacuuming. And Moose is kind of ambivalent on the vacuum. He likes to play chicken with it. But Kira hates the vacuum. And she will, as soon as she hears me get the cord out, she will scuttle to try to go hide somewhere. And on this occasion, I get the vacuum out, and she scuttles to go hide under a pink chair in the living room, which is not her normal spot. She normally goes under the bed. But I guess she decided that she couldn't make it that far. So she settles for this somewhat open spot in the living room, and she just kind of like camps up there. And Moose goes and lays down right in front of her, kind of between her and where the vacuum noise is coming from. And he's just kind of like facing her, keeping an eye on her. And then she's slow blinking at him. And it was the cutest thing ever that I guess he figured that she didn't like the vacuum, and I don't know if he was going to protect her from it or if he was just keeping her company. But it was so cute, I almost cried. Yeah, she's blind. She can't see. It was so cute. I didn't think they were going to be friends, but they're friends. They're funny kind of friends, but they're friends. Okay, I definitely maybe called this too ambitiously when I said that I was going to get this to proc in like 90 seconds. This might be about a he's 2 or 3 frozen. He's almost there. Took some time. There we go. All right, so I'm going to drums, and I'm going to convoke. I do this on feral. Get the melee hits in. There we go. Very good. Lovely. So yeah, it took me just under 3 minutes to freeze him with the file, so it does take a while, but it's worth it to me because it's very easy. You can't really mess it up. You don't need to really farm anything extra. I just bought those on the auction house for a couple gold each, and it makes me feel better to kill that boss so that he's dead. Alright. This way. One thing about farming Mog on my other screen is it's kind of set up on a computer, and my resolution and my UI is designed for... Or sorry, it's set up on the TV, but my main setup just uses 4K monitors. And it means that my resolution and my UI size is kind of janky when I'm playing on the computer, or on the living room one on the TV. But I don't want to resize it because I know from experience... Oh, this is a terrifying man. I know from experience that if I resize it, then it's going to be janky on this one. So I just leave it be and play with it. And I just do simple things like Mog farms. But it's kind of nice being able to actually see all of my UI and not have it all overlap itself. How are we doing? Are we friendly now? I think we might be friendly. Yeah, I see green. Is that the expensive one? That was not the expensive spider, but I do have the expensive spider. I do have the widow. Okay, so now that I'm friendly, the trash really doesn't give me any more rep, which is actually kind of great because it means that I can save a bunch of time in this back half. I don't have to worry about clearing all of this trash. I can just go straight to the bosses, and we'll see if we get... We only need 6k rep to get to Honored. And you get quite a bit. What? 500, 1500? I think it should be good because I think you get 500 per boss. And then I think you get 1500 from our friend Cthulhu. Almost called Cthulhu. 1500 from Cthulhu. So I think I'm going to be pretty much right there. Oh, I got the bracers. I needed those. That's one of the... There's not very many actual loot pieces that I'm missing that aren't like that aren't just like the items. It was just basically that. I need a... Yeah, basically just that, and then the stuff from Sylphid Royalty. I think Royalty is the only boss that I need. Any cool zone drops, scarabs, and the like? Not a lot by way of zone drops for this zone. Like, you'll get greens and stuff, but... There's more zone drops in other older classic dungeons. I've been getting a lot of those. Make a different UI profile? Yeah, I guess I could do that. If I keep playing there, that'll make sense. It's a good idea. Never thought I'd be much of a gold farmer. Having fun while waiting for 11-1. Turns out ores and fish are best-selling right now, making quite the killing. Nice! Mog drop catharsis. The other thing is because that computer doesn't have my regular add-on profile set up, I installed all the things in Auctionator and Can I Mog It? Like, just basic stuff. I installed Scrap. Basic stuff that I don't want to farm Mog without. And because I haven't decided to share my profiles, I just kind of started with a fresh profile. I did my all the things setting again, but I did it pretty basic, which means that I have a lot of default settings that I don't play with on this computer. And one of them is to have the success sound whenever you actually learn a piece of Mog. I don't play with that on stream because I don't want the sound to come through my stream and then be embedded in my VODs forever, just in case it ever becomes iffy copyright-wise. Not something I'm expecting, but just kind of a nice thing to avoid just in case. But I actually really like having the sound on, so I was wondering, I don't know about when I'm going to do this because I never do anything, but if I got the mojo scraped together to do it, it would be fun for me to make some custom sounds and then plug them into all the things somehow. I don't know how easy it is for you to use custom sounds for your Mog collecting. If I could just add some files to a library somewhere, because it would be fun to try to figure out what sound would I want, and then make something for the Mog collected thing. Not long enough to copyright. Oh, I see, an expert. The reason I'm cautious about it is because perpetuity, right? Like I want these VODs to stay on YouTube basically forever. I would love for them to keep earning even itty bitty little bits of ad revenue basically forever, or better yet, get taken down. And the thing about copyright rules and enforcement is sometimes they change, so it's safer to just play on the safe side if something is not going to be that big of a deal. It's better just to be safe than sorry, because even if that was true, there's no guarantee that it's going to continue to be true. So it's just, I don't mess with copyright. Reaching out to Adam to find out what the sound is. I mean, it's from Final Fantasy, isn't it? I feel like that part's not a secret. I just want to make my own. I just want to like make my own sounds that I can plug in so that I have at least some confidence that they're not from something else. Didn't get your loot drop? Don't worry, you got gold you get to keep. Hazelnut ATT line. Yeah, just comb through 10,000 hours of stream VODs with a mute button, right? I've had content got auto-muted before for having copyright sounds in it, which is almost always a false positive. But even when it is, it's annoying to fight. And then if you don't, like, sometimes it'll auto-mute it, and it'll be like, oh, we'll just mute this section of your VOD that has it in. But they'll mute, like, 20 minutes of the VOD because they detected 6 seconds of something they thought was copyright. It's just easier to not mess with it. I probably shouldn't even try to sing things. Because what if one day I get so good I just start tripping the sensors, you know? It doesn't matter if I could argue fair use if it's going to be a huge headache to get it fixed. And pretty much anything that takes any effort becomes a huge headache when you're the person in charge of everything. You know, I gotta hold down the paper airplane building department. Very important. Okay, so we're sitting at 2,500 of 6K. Starting to think I didn't do my math very well. We can get rid of that timer. It's just for the vest. The chest piece needs you to be honored. Everything else you can get below that. Yeah, that's true. You can have music separated out on OBS. It'll still be, yeah. You can have that. It's just annoying. It's just extra steps. Both in pre and possibly post. I don't know. I don't really mess with it. I like game sound actually, and WoW game sound doesn't really get me into trouble. I figure people watch me for the game, not for my DJ skills. I can listen to other music when I'm playing on my own time. So that was 2,500 Brutal Army rep. We just need another like 1,000, which I think we should have the little bits and pieces for. Let me see. Just the regalias. Do I have any regalias? I don't. Can't buy those, can I? What about armaments? Well, I have an armament. Oh, I have 2 armaments. I think that's perfect. Let me get the Elementium ingots. Like the fact that you don't play your own music. Yeah, I figure if people really want to, especially if I do manage to keep my game sound low, which I don't always, but people can play their own music and then still listen to stream and not have them fight against each other. Nice. There we go. That's what we wanted. So now we have the rep. We just need to go back to the front. I don't know of a shortcut, so I just leave and then come back. Actually, I'm a druid. I can just dreamwalk and then come back. You can have your intro loop for 3 hours. It's like a 1 minute 55 song or something like that. It's not a very long song. We just loop it endlessly. I'm gonna need 1 Idol of War. And then the really nice thing about finishing AQ on these characters is it means I can go through their bags and purge all of this Karaji garbage. There's so much stuff. I need an Idol of War here. I don't think I'm gonna need to, but I've been bonking the extra, like, husks and circlets and stuff. Oh, I bought 2, I only needed 1. Into the, into my war bank, but I can just get rid of those at the end, too. It'll complete the quest with the war bank, so you can clean bags that way, too. Oh. It can really do that? That's handy. Maybe I'll start stashing my extra scarabs there then, because I did have to buy a few extra bonus scarabs on my hunter. I just did, I was surprised. Okay, alright. Cool. That's good news. Most of the time it works. Yeah, I kind of figured, it's just, I'm always, I don't know about always, but I feel like I heard of some weird exception where you wanted it to work like that, but it wouldn't. So it's nice that that does. How are you? Hello, Icy Lemons. Good to be here. Great to have you. I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little tired, a little sleepy. It's windy outside. It is big windy outside. Holy smokes. Not that cold, but pretty high winds. Makes it feel cold. Okay. So I should be able to, unless I run out of scarabs or something. The nice thing is you can actually mount up right in front of these quest givers, so you're able to shop. I can shop in my Brutosaur without having to go anywhere. Extreme cold warning here in Winnipeg the past few days. Notice that warning. Grateful to have gotten some sun. Don't drink coffee. I had my coffee already. I drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Somewhere in the 8:30 to 9:30 range, and then I'm good for the day. Coffee doesn't make you less sleepy, though. It just kind of delays your sleepy. You're just moving it around. You're just borrowing from future you. Dennis' sister. Or at least for me. I guess I can't speak for other people. There we go. Did we do it? We completed the set. Genesis Raymont. Normal. Alright. Job done. And then that is not for anything we need. What about... Where shall she go? Take her home. I've had matcha before. I like it well enough. It tends to upset my stomach a little bit, though. Prairies have gotten extreme cold recently. Montreal, 70 centimeters of snow. 70. No good. Disagree. You should tell the sky that Hazel said stop it. All right, so Warband Bank. Yeah, because then I can just, like, pop in these extra idols and stuff as well. Do those stack? Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, because we have lots of extra pieces. And then at the end of it all, I'm sure I'll go through and clean it up. Definitely. Won't forget about it for, like, 4 expansions. Okay. And then these things are soulbound, so I can vendor those. Don't need those pieces. Don't need these. Great. So I have 3. Oh, yeah. And then I had an extra 9 insignias. I have 3 of these sets now. That's kind of exciting. My new plan is to sell greens for 25 gold each because it's better than vendoring them. So when I have a mystery green that I think someone might maybe want, I just go 25 gold. And it's yours. And then I just hope that they find their way to nice homes. You know, people that actually needed to learn them. Yes, you need rep to buy the AQ set. So this is our 3rd week, I think, of doing full AQ clears. And this is the point where we have the rep to get the whole sets. You probably could do it in 2 weeks if you're using rep bonuses and if you're really clearing all of the trash. But 3 weeks is nice and comfy. Nice. All right. Oh, I didn't realize I had my group up. Okay, so these 3 sets are done. I'm working on set number 4. Mox Streams taught me that Enchanted Elementium still sells in the auction house. I believe you'll only forget about it for 3 expansions. Warband is just a name for all of your alts. It's just the name for your collection of characters. It's the system name for it. So if something is Warband wide, that means just account wide. You could share it between your characters. All right. This character has... Some of them have turned in the Cthulhu Eye and some of them haven't. I feel like you don't really need to necessarily. Same thing with the Fall of Osirian here. But it will give some rep. It will definitely give some rep. So yeah, I learned that the only character I think I might not turn in my tokens early on would probably be the Warlock, because that's going to be the lowest rep character, because I made the mistake for a while of doing... of having my Warlock pet out who was killing the trash before I could tag it, and I was getting loot but not rep, which is very confusing. But at least now I know what was doing it, so I was able to put a stop to it. So we can get rid of that. That's an extra Viscous Club. I need to keep selling them, actually. I have, I'd kind of slacked off in posting them. I just want to do it on my Priest. Nice that they flipped some BOP recipes to Warbound. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that's one of the most annoying parts about doing, like, super completionist collecting. Also, we gotta try this we gotta try this raid just to get the, just to try to get this Helm of Regrowth. It's gonna be really funny if I get all these tier sets and I'm still missing this helmet from AMS. It just won't drop. Off and away. North Dakota got down to negative 61 Fahrenheit with wind chill. Good grief. My goodness. That's too cold. That's by then you're at the point where it's not fun, it just hurts. It just aches. Or so I would imagine, having never been in cold quite that harsh myself. It's way too cold. Ever touch dry ice? No, I listened to my science teachers. Who said it was an exceptionally bad idea. It just burns you. Oh man, but like if all of the air is like that, a little harder. A little more annoying. Jeez. We had dry ice a few times in school for science, and I fail to remember for what. I must have learned something about it, but I must not have learned it that well because I don't remember. You can touch it briefly, be okay. Don't ask how I know. What are you farming in AQ? I want the Helm of Regrowth from AMS. I need one more piece of actual boss loot from 20. And then I need a couple of pieces of boss loot from 40, as well as some more rep on the rest of my characters so that I can get their sets purchased, because I am getting Warrior, Warlock, Shaman, Paladin, Mage, Rogue tiers still. But we're doing that today. Today is the day. The only one that I'm a little iffy on is maybe Warlock won't happen. We'll see. My Warlocks were kind of behind. I'm having a moment. Hang on. Here we go. This way. Saw in Detroit there was a flood, and then the flood froze. Oh, for making ice cream. Alright, this next boss is the one that drops the helmet that I need. So there's an option for all the things sound packs, which makes me think I could make one. Food for thought. Info template page. Oh hey, great minds. That's exactly what I was just thinking about. Assuming that it's Googleable, I will make a note of it. Here, I'll write it down in my paper airplane. That definitely won't get lost. ATT sound pack. I mean, what if I make one but I refuse to give it to anybody else? I'm allowed to let it get out of date. I have a DBM sound pack, but And I mean, to be fair, I don't really update it that much, but any luck? Yes! Yeah! Woo! We're living. We're done with 20. Thank goodness. That was the last piece of loot that I needed from AQ 20. Oh boy. That took a long time! That took a lot of kills to get that last bit. Nice. Just downloaded your DBM sound pack. I'm sure it's horrifically out of date, but it should still mainly work. Reverse jinxed it. ATT sound pack template. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, because that would be, if I could make a custom one, then I could have all kinds of fun with it whenever, not anytime soon, mind you, but whenever I get some time and I feel like doing it. You know, options are endless. I probably won't have my own voice telling me things because that sounds like a great way to spiral into insanity, though. Totally just have it yourself, have several just in my computer. Yeah, but what if people are asking me about them? Because what if I make such cool sounds that everybody wants them? Because you know me, I'm a real culture setter. You can really put your finger in the zeitgeist by noodling around in here. Good. Hi. Hello, Nightfall Emperor. How are you? We are finished with AQ 20, thank goodness. So that saves actually quite a bit of time. Every character now can just go straight into 40. And there's not that many characters anyway. I think we can do this today, no problem. Normally it takes me 2 days to do AQ, but I'm ambitious. I did one in advance, and now we don't need to do 20. Good. Getting green fire in retail. Nice. 6-watch streak. So I think I'm still getting... Oh yeah, and we're running past trash as well at a certain point. Because we won't need the rep from it. So that will help as well. I'm actually gonna turn in... How many do I have? 17. Yeah, I'll turn those in before I go in. And that should get me to or pretty close to the point where trash is no longer giving me rep anyways. It would not be advisable to do this if you wanted to get to Exalted. If that was important to you, then it would be better to just keep killing trash and not turn in any quests or insignias until such a time as you've actually gotten everything. Or gotten to neutral or friendly or whatever it is. But for these characters, I think we can get away with it because we don't need that last 21k rep. So we'll pop in here, do some early turn-ins. This character's got ancient artifact. Oh, that was for 1,000 rep. And we've got 18 of these. So that's another 9k rep that we're gonna get just from doing this. And then here's boots. And you can actually repeat it and you can get more copies of them. There doesn't seem to be any strong reason to do such a thing though. Here's legs. Kind of satisfying. And then here's shoulders. For helmet, I need to actually pick up a couple more pieces here. Very good. So now I just need chest piece. We're actually only like 2k rep off from it. But we'll do the run anyway. Huh. Nice. Brood and Cenarian rep. You get Brood and Cenarian rep in 20. More Cenarian rep than Brood. But you do get both. In this one, I was getting equal Brood and Cenarian rep for each of those. So each of those things was worth 500 rep with each rep. 500 Brood and 500 Cenarian. Pretty good. It's kind of fun. This is getting like the original tier set collected, at least once we get that chest piece done. I never thought I would get the AQ set on like all of the different classes, but we sure are. There's the hunter set. Plus it's we're finally getting that list up to date. So we're not stressed at all about, I'm not going to bother opening scarab chests. I'm not going to bother really killing trash. I'm going to do Vim again because I need ooze-ridden gauntlets. We're hoping for ooze-ridden gauntlets from Vim. Nope, no luck. That's going to be the thing that takes me the longest. I hate that hunter set. Really? I mean, you're welcome to. I feel like I've seen, well, I've seen worse. But taser individual. It is kind of funky looking. Oh, should I bother? Oh wow, there's actually the supply of viscous globs went up a lot since I started streaming this. That's really funny. I don't remember exactly what it was before. There's probably a graph of it somewhere. Someone's selling a viscous globule. If you want the viscous pet, someone's got one up for 500 gold. There's 7 of them up on Tichondrius. And then the price jumps quite a bit, but that's funny. Oh, Kitty, do you think you want to maybe you could sleep in that bed if you want. It's a good spot. Nothing wrong with that. I messed around a little on the PTR. I can try to answer your question. I may or may not know. If it's a broad strokes thing, then probably. If it's anything hyper specific, then maybe not so much. We'll see. I like on average, I tend to enjoy hunter PvP sets a little more than hunter tier sets. They've got some good PvP sets. Or like shoulders from PvP sets that you can mix and match with other stuff. Oh, hello. I think I'm gonna skip Viscidus actually. I could kill him without any problems, but now that I don't need him, I don't even need his rep. I'm gonna get the rep to finish this bar quite easily without him. I think I'm just gonna skip him. Can he be peer pressured to rate the aesthetics of the new sets? Oh, probably. It'll be easier once the patch is out when I can just browse them in my client without having to look them all up online. Groups. Oh, yes. Oh, I want to say 3 or 4. I guess I don't know exactly, but it's somewhere in that range. I was playing with it on PTR. 3 minutes hoping for procs. Oh. Yeah, if the viscous globules weren't so cheap globally, then maybe I would try to get even more of them, but I have more than I can shake a stick at right now, so we'll just scoot past this in the interest of time. Been partial to using the various recolors of the Old War Hunter set lately, minus the helm. Nice. Old War Hunter. The one nice thing is that I can actually, as long as the content is out, I can actually find out what you're talking about. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I could see why you might leave the helmet off of it. I mean, kind of a cool helmet, but it's a real statement to make. Not everybody, you know, you don't want to let the helm wear you. Looks so bad. Thank you for the 23-month reset. Happy Wednesday. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. You're so cute. You're so sweet. Do you like the dog? Have you decided that he's alright? I think so. Oh, we got the Optifiler wrist cards again. It took me like 2 weeks to get them the first time. Scooch that up for you. Alright. Yeah, this should be nice and fast. So we actually got the rep. We got the rep, so I don't need this. I can stop now. I don't even need to finish. Yeah, let's list and leave, because we're gonna need to get back into the entrance anyways to do the Death Dealer's Vest, so I can save some time by just skipping it right here. Nice. Give it a minute. On the whole, plate probably had the best stuff. I guess if I can... The other thing I can do while I wait is I can probably... Warbank. All of this stuff. Pardon me. And that way we'll be able to turn it in, you know, just use that for all of our characters shopping. Friend only plays gnomes, goblins, mechagnomes, hardly has any other race. Putting it on your bar is worth it. It's kind of doesn't matter either way. It's like a tough call. It's a tough call with extremely low stakes. It's probably not worth the brain power that you would use wondering whether it's worth it to put the Warbank button on your bar. We're gonna take that here. I did do it though. I did slap it down there, so I guess yes. And then we're going back in to get to the entrance. Because we're gonna need one more piece of rogue tier, and then our rogue is gonna be all good. Oh yeah. You ever think about how much electricity it takes to run the meat computer? Do you like anomalies? I did a BG this morning and had completely missed the memo that there was going to be an update. So I'm immediately like, what the frick is this? What is happening? I picked one of the new heroes. I played a Protoss and was wildly confused and then got a pretty ignominious third place. The fast combat's very good. I'm extremely excited about that. I do think it's funny that it slows down again at the end for a dramatic finish because it just seems weird that it would do such a thing, but it's fun. It's all good. Death Dealer's Vest. Nice! Alright. Death Dealer's Embrace. Collected. She can now get out of here. Oh, kitty. Kitty, you might be too warm. I don't know if I should let you lay on the hot water bottle, honey. It's quite warm. I don't want to cook you. I don't want to cook you, honey baby. Kitty girl. Oh, yeah, you're very warm. Season 2, excited? Yeah. Rating and pushing. Yes. Yes to both. We'll see how far we push. I'm cautiously neutral. I'm not optimistic and I'm not pessimistic. I'm kind of a we'll see sort of vibe right now. Oh, extra 4 of them. I'm gonna forget about the Tyke ones and I'm just gonna post this. Actually, I can do it on my priest. Post one up for like 7k. Pushing most likely in reference to keys if I had to guess, although I suppose it could mean anything. I have one kitty. Just this girl. This is Miss Kira. She's very sweet. We are appreciating her as best as we can. Yeah, they sped up animations in combat rounds for BGs. So if you're playing Hearthstone BGs and you're doing like you've got like a token build and it's taking forever for your round, at a certain point the minions start attacking like a lot faster, just so it doesn't. I'm assuming it makes it so you don't have these crazy short shopping turns whenever you're playing a token build. Extra glomps.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Stick that up for 6,800. This one. $3,900.
If you find anything exotic.
I would assume pushing keys just means doing keys and having the number go up from what you started at. I guess the point at which you stop building and start pushing would be individual and up to interpretation. Shaman time! I'm using Undermine Exchange to see global auction house prices. Undermine.exchange. Very nice. This game is dead, and I'm a ghost. Ooh. Boo. So we don't need to do... we don't need to do AQ 20 anymore. We've finished it. Wow, how timely. Let's get into AQ 40. And we only really need to do it until we get honored. So we'll do the beginning of the instance trash. I wouldn't worry about that. They're long gone. I was about to say that I would make a good ghost. And I don't know what kind of logic I'm basing that off of. I think that's just a quirky sentence with no thoughts. What do I mean I would make a good ghost? How do we define a good ghost, you know? Is it benevolent hauntings? Is it the kind of, like, spooky where you're just, like, making nice things happen for people? Heard of Zenless Zone Zero. The name vaguely rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming a game. Casper, good ghost. Free editing software on Linux? Imagine that. Wow. Alright, how much rep can we squeeze here? How many insignias do we got? Oh, we got 18. Alright, that'll help.
My, you're a tall one. You have a great day now.
Life persists. Protect the flame. Replenish the isles. Go with life.
What kind of ghost would I be?
And strong winds. Honor the life.
I like to think I would just, like, watch over all of the cats and dogs.
Replenish the isles.
Try and make them meet up with the right people. I would be the kind of ghost that, like, powers the cat distribution system. Leave people random baked goods. Alright, we got feet. We got shoulders. It's funny, you actually get rep for getting armor. Don't know how ghosts would bake, but I'd find a way.
Protect the flame. Replenish the isles.
Bedsheet ghost. BK, thank you for the 6-month resub. Happy half a year. Oh no, the loudmouth know-it-all back in chat. I think you're A-okay.
Life persists. Alex Strasser watch over you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Life binder.
So I got my...
Eyes and strong
Oh, now we can get a helmet.
Seeing you. Right.
And then I've lost track of which pieces I've got, so let's take a look. We need chest piece, of course. We need pants. All right. So the pants I would have the rep for. I just need an Idol of Strife, it looks like. And then...
It is good to see you, hero.
And then we just need our chest piece. So we'll be getting 2k reputation, and then we can port right out. We actually have 1k reputation that I could turn in the Caverns of Time, but kind of annoying, kind of far away, kind of probably not going to worry about it and just do this the old-fashioned way. Such wonderful company. Oh, thanks. I'm sleepy in like a good way. I'm like good tired. I'm tried to get a good night's sleep and then got some exercise this morning. Kind of tired. You're very sweet. Yeah, we're gonna finish this today. No problem. It'll be fun to be done with AQ. It It was a bit weird having a rep grind as part of the getting the tier sets and whatnot, but now that we're actually at the back end of it, it feels a little better. All right, maybe Vem wants to give Oozrin gauntlets this time. They're both devoured. Nope. Nope. Have you seen the Sleepy versus Tired comic? I have not. I'm gonna Google it. It sounds pretty innocuous. Images. I only have the drawing, but it's cute. Starting on some new meds to help me sleep through the 3rd trimester. Knocked me on my booty. Feel very tired. Could sleep all day if I had the chance. Oh man. If this isn't too personal to ask, whenabouts are you due? Tired is good from a sporting aspect. Always better to be a little tired because then you're relaxed. I just felt so silly because yesterday I go in the morning, I do my practice, and I'm like, all right, I took it a little easy today, but like I'm still pretty tired. I'm getting going. I'm gonna go back tomorrow, and then I'll build from that. Tomorrow I'll do more, and then I show up today, which is of course tomorrow, from the perspective of yesterday, to make this story unnecessarily complicated. Anyway, I showed up this morning, and I'm like, oh, tired. And I ended up doing even maybe a tiny bit less than I did yesterday, but I showed up anyway. I'll go back tomorrow and see. 10 weeks or so? Oh, good date, good date. May 1st, that is a good one. 10 weeks or so to go. Yeah, May's gonna be here before we all know. I have a few things going on around then. You know, Moosey's birthday for one. I'm not ready. Are you excited about the update? I am excited about the update. It's very, very fun looking. I played a little bit of it on PTR. Looking forward to it. The zone is so fun. I'm excited to do a bunch of collecting in the zone. So yeah, we're gonna continue skipping Viscidus and just hitting bosses here. And then if it really comes to it, we can turn in the Eye of Cthulhu at the Caverns of Time, but it shouldn't come to it. I'm very excited for housing. I'm very excited for player housing. I'm kind of playing a game where I'm trying to see if I can get real life housing before player housing. You know, can Hazel buy a house before she gets her free one in WoW? And, you know, we'll see. Figured you would be, I am too. Increasingly more like that. This is fine, dog. You won't find me running keys or raiding at midnight. I'll just be obsessed with my house. I feel like I could easily just stream housing collecting and decorating. I feel like I could, like, don't get me wrong, we might stream other things. I'm sure I'll do other things, but I feel like I could easily 15, 20 hours a week just play with Dollhouse. Right? It's gonna be great. I really hope that there's a lot of capacity for us to make our houses very individual, because I really want mine to feel like mine. Yeah, deep and expansive. I want a lot of control. I want the beachfront property in org, but I don't know how the plots work. Man, when we start to see beta for that, that's gonna be nutty. That's gonna be so cool. Yeah, we're good. Sure, it'll be deep and expensive. Oh, I see what you did there. Public-private neighborhoods. Very curious to hear how they're going to handle inactive houses in neighborhoods. Will it be Hazel, buddy? I want to be able to build the house that I want. Yeah, I'm wondering how cookie cutter the actual like houses are going to be. We'll see. But if my backup plan for if the system disappoints me is that I just play a new round of Animal Crossing. Just delete my island and start New Horizons again. That would scratch that itch if I needed to. Man on the Inside. Lots of people that worked in The Good Place. I have not watched it. Very good. Highly recommend. Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind for when I burn out on Celebrity Jeopardy. Or not Celebrity Jeopardy, Pop Culture Jeopardy. Pardon me. 8 episodes, 25 minutes each. Gotcha. That's pretty easy. You'll never guess what the next movie I watched was after we recently saw Moonstruck, 1988, starring Cher and Nick Cage. Phenomenal. Strongly recommend. Very funny. Very good. Kind of the most Big Fat Greek Wedding energy movie that I've seen outside of Big Fat Greek Wedding. Would watch again. And I was looking for other movies that I was going to enjoy that much. So I was kind of like poking around like other projects that people that worked on that movie worked on. And I came out with Joe versus the Volcano. 1990, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. Also a really good watch. I enjoyed it very much. Not perfect, but nothing is. But it was, I had a lot of fun watching that one. Same writer as Moonstruck. Same kind of like quirky dialogue. Bizarre side characters that just are a vision unto themselves. Watched the SNL 50th special recently, which was awesome. Nice. I've seen little bits and pieces from it, but I haven't. I don't know if I have the services required to like sit down and actually watch the whole thing. But yeah, watching Tom Hanks just made me want to watch Castaway again if I feel like I'm up to it. I guess I know which parts I need to hide from. Okay, we get to just run past all of this, assuming we can avoid getting feared. And then 2 bosses, and then we should be good. Well said. If I want to watch a Tom Hanks movie, usually Forrest Gump. But yeah, I've got a couple others on my list. I want to watch Mermaids. That's another old Cher movie that is supposed to be good. I've got that on my watch list. There might have been one more. We watched 4 Weddings and a Funeral with Hugh Grant, and that one kind of let me down. I wanted it to be something else. Why did I become emotionally attached to a volleyball? Watched a terrible sci-fi movie called Suburban Commander yesterday. Christopher whatever, Hulk Hogan, surprisingly fun. Do I need to do this? Yeah, I think I do. Well, see you later, kitty cat. Larva of the Great Worm. Oh, it's an item ID. I'm like, how did I get a new appearance? I didn't think I needed anything. It's weird skipping all this trash, but it's kind of nice. It's saving us a lot of time. It's not even 10:30 yet. And our overall percentage is slowly going up. We've waited a long time for this day. I've done a lot of AQ with this meter not moving very much because we were just getting rep. Yeah, they've made this reputation pretty reasonable. Oh yeah, this character didn't even turn in Osirian's head. That would have been extra rep too. Save me a few bosses. I wonder if it's faster to do the extra couple of bosses or to turn in the Eye of Cthulhu quest. Because I could port to Caverns of Time pretty easy. I guess for characters that can just port back to Silithus, it's probably easier to go turn in the Eye of Cthulhu. Crabby! Salty Crabby. My enhancement shaman. One of my alts that I unfortunately have no earthly idea how to play. Couldn't tell you a thing. Something Stormstrike. Okay, so now we need to port out and back in. Because, yeah, we got the rep we needed. So we just need to get to the entrance. Yeah, no problem. But in the meantime, we can clean up our bags a little bit. Drop our extra idols in here. And our extra scarabs. I'm sure I won't need the extra bindings or anything, but just in case. CB, thank you very, very much for the 63-month resub. Appreciate it. World first. Yeah, we're making big strides over here. I guess once I've got all of this, all of my characters done with their tier sets here, it's going to be a little tricky, because on one hand, I could very much make an argument for going and, like, running dungeons like I have been doing. But on the other hand, I will no longer be able to ignore the fact that I am mainly missing items from Silithid Royalty. Everything else is not, I'm not going to need it, but I'm going to need items from Silithid Royalty. So maybe I'll need to actually move more characters out here to just go do the first boss. Anyway, about to finish the Shaman set. Should be a recolor of the Hunter set, eh? They just did armor types with colors, I believe. Nice to clean up the bags, though. I've been having a lot of fun posting random things like huge venom sacks and whatever on the auction house. Just, they only sell for like a couple of gold each, but whenever I do sell one, I'm like, yeah, that's profit. That's more gold than I would have got if I just rendered it. And, you know, I got the thing by accident. It's basically free gold. I'm easily entertained. Maybe that's why we're still here. Okay. One chest piece, please. We've completed Stormcaller's Garb. Normal. Excellent. That coloration is actually not so bad. I don't need the Eye of Cthulhu. I can get rid of that and the Head of Osirian. We don't need those anymore. Same thing with the Ancient Artifact. We are out of here on this particular character. What do you mean she can't use this item? Scandalous. The funny thing is that her actual Hearthstone is set to Legion Dalaran, so she can still get back there, but she just can't use the Dalaran Hearthstone to do it. I need to go pick up like the breadcrumb quest and do it that way. Alright, next character. I should take a short break. It's about 10:30. Let me do that before I forget. BRB. Okay. Back at it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more left to do. That is quite a sentence. Another good, quote, bad sci-fi movie, if anyone wants one. Most man animals lack the leverage to fully appreciate it. Battlefield Earth, predict a future documentary that's not idiocracy. What do we have here? Do we need to go turn anything else in? Do we have like an Eye of Cthulhu or a Head of Osirian? Nope, sure don't. Okay. So her rep with Brooded Nosdermu is actually... Oh yeah, because she actually turned in a bunch of stuff, I think. She is unfriendly, question mark? Hostile, yeah. Did I turn in my... No, I have 17 tokens, so I can, I should be in good shape here. Cute too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she pretty much always wears this outfit. This is my gnome warrior. My go-to warrior for most warrior tasks. I love the gnome heritage armor, but I mainly use the goggles because the rest of it gets kind of bulky, but the green goggles with like the rotating gear on is just so cute. Great for anybody. So we should be able to turn in something over here, but we don't need to do 20 anymore. And then we just gotta hope we start getting lucky from Silithid royalty. Is that worth it? No, sure wasn't. I guess there's no harm. This is trick advice. In what manner? Oh, I see. I see. I think if my dog started a cult, I would join. I would be part of the cult of moose. He's got the charisma. Dog started a cult. I mean, if he did, you know, if he wanted to, I think he could do it. So that's all good. Yeah, let's just dunk these. Now there's greaves, which are boots? Question mark? Yeah.
Replenish the isles. Protect the flame. Alex Straza watch over you. Go with life. Alex Straza watch over
There's
you.
legs.
Go with life. Honor the life binder. Life persists. Protect the flame. Fair skies and strong winds. Replenish the isles. Alex Straza watch over you. Go with life.
Shoulders. Helmet. Nice having all that stuff ready. And then we're just looking for... Don't really need the spiked hilt one. We don't need the weapon. We don't really need this drape either. Those are the Cenarian Circle ones. We do need the chest piece, so we need another, barely any, 1300 rep, which we can get inside. Okay. I'm a cult of personality already. I just tone it down in places like this. Okay. What do you mean I completed the Conqueror's Battle Gear set? It says I have the chest piece already. Could that be true? Oh, it's learned from another item. So I could, for the sake of source IDs, it's weird that it's learned from another item, right? I could not worry about it. Is that true for like a lot of classes? That they're like, no, most of them are missing chest piece. Weird. I wonder why the warrior one has a look like that I have. I feel like we're just gonna get the rep anyway because it's gonna really annoy me to leave it undone like this. But like, well, I almost got the whole armor set because one day when I go back to source IDs, I'll be like, what the heck happened here? 4 out of 5 pieces. I do not raid lead. I do not. I raid follow. I raid take orders. Come on, guys. I would love 1 pair of ooze-ridden gauntlets, please. Do you enjoy the idea of locking tier pieces behind rep? It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. No luck there. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Okay, so if I also need to count the 500 rep from the insignias when I'm doing these extra boss fights. Because I only need to get through this bar and then we can get our chest piece and then we can really be done. I did try the racing. It was fun. I'm not any good at it, but I'm not expecting to be because I'm brand new at it. Yeah, it does guarantee a piece and it guarantees a piece on the schedule. Also opens the opportunity to do some amount of progress outside the raid through quest lines and other activities that give rep, which I think seems fine. It does take all of the will it drop fun out of it, though. It's that classic conundrum of, do you want deterministic loot that's kind of boring but guarantees it, or do you want RNG, which is much more exciting but opens you up to being unlucky. I feel like the best solutions always kind of do both, you know, like RNG but with bad luck protection to some extent. But I guess I don't know. So then we have 2. Yes. So that's worth 1,000 reps. We can actually leave now. I can get out of this instance right now. Turn in 2 more, and then we'll be good. At some point, the choices you're making are worse than item IDs. Yeah, you might be biased in that one. One thing that I will give credit to collecting source IDs is that it gives you many more things to get. So if you're enjoying the chase and you feel like you're done too quickly, and you wanted more things to run for, then source IDs definitely offers you that. And it's nice that even if you decide that you don't want to collect them, they're always there for you. So if you change your mind down the road, you can always just turn it on. And you'll still have the progress from anything that you got incidentally while farming other stuff. Exactly. Yeah, you could always go back. Well, that'll be nice. This is the first time I've started actually doing the math of like the extra insignias that we're picking up that we can turn in. So this should make for the last couple of runs to be a bit shorter. I'm very curious if I'll have enough rep to get all this done. I don't think I will. I think I missed out on way too much trash rep. And the occasional piece of boss rep in my Warlock early. We'll see. Yesterday I packed lunch into a bag, like a tote bag, and we took it to a park and we ate it on a park bench, kind of like a picnic, except not on the ground because the ground was very wet. And we took Moose, and he like hung out. I thought he was going to be really impatient while we were just sitting eating, but he just hung out. He was just standing around watching squirrels. It was very cute. I kind of miss eating outside. It's cold, but it's nice. Wakes you up a little bit. Yeah, so we do Mortal Champions twice more. That gets me to Honored, where we can take the chest piece. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice. I think we could turn in extra helmets and stuff for more rep as well, but I would need to be cautious with that because I might start burning through, like, items that I want to use for rep on my other characters. But yeah, warrior done. Oh. Up to 79.8% of loot collected from AQ here. Coming along. Let's just clean up the bags a wee bit. And then we will get on the next character.
Open for business.
Yeah, Warlock is going to be the biggest question mark because it's really unclear if I'm going to have enough rep to be finishing anything. But we'll see. My Warlock can actually do all of the extra armor turn-ins, so that might help her catch up. Perfect. But before Warlock, we've got Paladin, and then we have Mage. I think I'm going to try to do quest turn-ins on these guys if I haven't already. Just to save a little time. It's easy, probably faster to do the quest than it is to do the extra bosses. Just with run time. So we have Secrets of the Karaji that drop. We do need to go turn that in. So his Hearthstone will take him to Stormwind. Or, well, Horde Stormwind. Orgrimmar. Don't mind me, just off to Horde Stormwind. And then we can cover the time. But his rep is looking really good. Is it covered the time downstairs for them? It might be. Hello, Mr. Sonic Gen. Happy Wednesday. I hope your week has been off to a lively start. Covered the time? Yeah, there we go. And then he unfortunately has already done the War Within intro, so he is going to have to get back the old-fashioned way, but his Dalaran Hearthstone should work. Or he could fly back up the tunnel and take the Org port. And then go from Oldham. Or we could just fly from here, it's not that far. Might just fly from here. Perfect. Nice 1,000 rep from that. Yeah, once we're done with the raid, which will kind of depend on whether or not we hold out for, I mean, I'm gonna have to. I need loot. Silithid royalty is being so rude. But the next dungeon on the dungeon list, anyway. Fine. We'll pop through here. Next dungeon on the dungeon list is going to be... We did Downs, we did Crawl, because those are just both zone drops. Scarlet Halls. Scarlet Halls. Although that's just zone drops too, actually. Monastery? Yeah. Which is kind of a mix of old and new Scarlet Monastery. Yeah, I opened up Old Scarlet Monastery. I never opened up Old Scalo. That is going to come up next, though. That will be soon. I will need to do that, because Memory of Scalamance is pretty soon on my list. It looks like for Scalamance, they've separated it into Memory and Normal, and I have about half of the Memory stuff. Whereas for Scarlet Halls, they've kind of woven them in. That'll be fun, though. Don't need that. Well, I do need that one, actually. That's a learned from another item kind of situation. Especially if we end up with the Cenarian Circle rep from turning in all of our idols. Where are they? Here we are. 16 insignias. That's a decent chunk. That'll help. Definitely a blast from the past going through both olds again. So many memories from back then. I wonder how long it'll take to get... Like, to get the, I mean, some things... There's actually only one zone drop that I'm missing here. Those don't look that expensive. How long it'll take to get the rest of the loot? But yeah, I should probably do a bunch of characters through Silithid Royalty because, like, even once I get all our rep from here, we're not actually going to be properly done because there's 1, 2, 3 pieces from that fight. And I haven't even started working on the top 2 yet because I'm just trying to get this last piece out of Vem. The drop rate's just awful. It's like a 5% chance. I don't know if that's considering all the different bosses that you could be fighting or not. Yes. I hope the transmog hunt is going well. Thank you, my red. It's been good. It's been really fun. Today's like the big day for AQ. We're getting all of our tier sets. Or hopefully all of our tier sets. Jury's gonna be a little bit out on the Warlock one, but we'll try. Worst case scenario, we run it one more week. Here, we can untrack that.
It is good to see you, hero. Fair skies and strong winds.
You have a great day now. Seeing you.
Life binder be with you. Replenish the eyes.
Oh, I never even picked up his quests.
The life binder. Go with life.
Crown, shoulders,
Great day now.
and then this will be chest. And then we just dunk all of these and see how close we get.
Skies and strong winds. Replenish the isles. Protect the flame. Alexstrasza watch over you. Honor the life binder. Fair skies and strong winds. Protect the flame. Replenish the isles. Go with life. Life
Right,
persists.
it says to unfriendly.
Watch over you.
Not that close. I'm feeling like I maybe didn't clear a ton of trash on this guy.
Watch over you.
I think he might be in for a full clear, at least a full clear, less viscous.
Protect.
Yeah, he's not as close. He's not even neutral. He can't get any of the pieces yet. All right, well, let's get down there and see what we can do. Until we get to neutral, we can still get rep from trash. But maybe Vem wants to cough up the use Ridden Gauntlets this time. Oh, the shoulders from Princess Yaj are actually pretty cool too. Big red pokey ones. Alright. Maybe this will be the run that we go down to 2 things that we need. So now we're neutral. Any luck? Yes! Ooze Ridden Gauntlets! Nice! I officially now only need to farm Yaj and Kree. We can stop doing Vem last. Yeah, there's 14 total pieces of loot off of that fight. And we only need 2 of them left, so we're making some progress. Everything else should just be for tokens. Oh man, nice. One sec. What? Alright. Good. What's after? I'm probably gonna need to start moving a bunch of characters out here to start slamming them into royalty to try for these last two pieces, because I think that's going to take quite the brute forcing effort, and I'll need to do that if I want to have a hope of getting 100% done with this instance. But I gotta finish Paladin, Mage, and Warlock. Warlock rep first. So, Paladin's a little behind in rep. It'll be interesting to see if he can get enough drops and rep here to get himself all of the loot. He'll be able to get some of it, but you need Honored for your chest piece for your last bit. And then once we're done with AQ completely, our next official stop is Scarlet Monastery. Shaw called, offered me a huge speed upgrade for less because my 2-year plan is expiring. Oh, that's lucky. That almost never happens. Sometimes I'll run between bosses on a vendor mount so I can be cleaning up my bags while I'm en route. I haven't tried that this time. Might come to it though. Oh, I have 3 Karaji artifacts actually. That'll help a lot. That'll make a huge difference. The nice thing about the last rep bars is that they're short. They're blessedly short. So 1k rep per is going to actually help out quite a bit. Oh, interesting. I'm actually getting trash rep still. I guess you get it through neutral. You stop getting it at friendly? Good to know. Okay. Finally done with MC. Congratulations. Had to dip into my characters that don't do anything to get enough attempts. Were you farming in everything out of it, or just like the stuff that I did, like the regular boss loot? I'm still kind of on the fence over whether or not I want to make a stink about taking my shamans through to try to get the flame weapon illusion. I can't decide. Regular loot, yeah. Maybe one day. Might go back for it. Luciferon would not give up the boots. There's always something. There's always something. I'm almost sad that my AQ rep farming trivia is about to not be worth very much to me anymore. I'm not going to need it. Once I have all these tier sets, I'm going to be basically, I don't know why I would ever do AQ rep ever again. Okay, so yeah, now they're $2.99 of 3k, so now I'm going to stop getting rep from trash. But we got 3 of these, 3 of those. So that's 4,500 rep right there. And then 5,500, 6k, 7. Yeah, we should be fine. We should be juicy. If you really are sad, there's a reason to get exalted. Is it a good reason? Or is it just like, is the sadness the reason to get to exalted? Oh, he got his revered with Send Circle. That's nice. We'll go back at some point. 3 patterns that are bop that I want. Need on specific characters. Yeah. I kind of like this model where we do like a rinse through all the instances, getting the bulk of the stuff, but then there's still some reasons to kind of go back and do deeper levels of farms if we get kind of caught up with everything. Oh, I made myself feel better about my mod collection, actually. I saw something. I went to Data for Azeroth and I discovered the Mog collection distribution graphs that shows like where most players' Mog collections are, even in terms of source IDs. And then it shows where you are, like on the curve, basically. And that made me feel a lot better. I may have only like 60% or whatever of the transmogs, but I have more transmog collected than 99.7% of players. That's a pretty good percentile for me. I'm pleased with that. I'll show you where I looked at it. So Data for Azeroth. 1 second. So yeah, you look yourself up on Data for Azeroth. You go to your appearances here, and then it'll show you the leaderboard distribution. So it'll show you where most, like 5% of accounts are in this range, et cetera, and you'll see where the bulk of players are. And then it'll show you where you are. So there's definitely people over here, but that's the difference between 99.69 and 99.9. I think that this officially tells me that my mod collection is pretty good. I mean, yeah, it was great. It'll also show you like your history of how many appearances you had, so you can kind of see when we started farming. This is summer. This is in this past June. I had been holding fairly steady in the kind of the 27,000 appearances range, and then we start running instances, and we not quite double it, but we've really packed some of them on. That's my overall history of at least going back to 2020 of how many appearances that I had. Only unique appearances, but you do end up getting sources kind of incidentally, and I have been occasionally toggling on sources if I'm curious about which extra ones I'm missing. So we're just going for uniques, but we're kind of sort of getting sources along the way. Oh, look at that! It's another Anubis idol. That is Data for Azeroth, so it's a third-party website. You can look up your character totally free. You can see all kinds of things about your collections. But when you've searched your character on Data for Azeroth, you can then look at the appearance collection section. Not unique appearances, source appearances, whatever it is that they're called. And it'll show you that graph of where you land against other players. 99.985? Yeah, that's pretty impressive. 94. That's still an A+ grade, right? What are the grade cutoffs? Yeah, 94 would be an A based on Culver City High School somewhere. You pass. Hoping to finish the 3-year grind today. 3 fragments left. Oh, nice. Almost there. Been trying to make my brain forget about sources. Yeah, I kind of go back and forth. I feel like I pick them up or I drop them depending on whether or not it feels fun. And the moment I'm not having fun anymore, I turn them back off. But then if I'm curious, it's always there. It's not a big commitment. These are coping words. %, Data for Azeroth. Nice. Yeah, it kind of puts into perspective how many people are like farming Mog, or I mean even just like playing for a long time will also get you a lot of incidental Mog, but you can definitely go and beef up your numbers massively by going back and doing these old instances. Till you get to Quantum and then source farming's essential. Yeah. We'll see about that. I'm still in denial and I don't think I'm that serious. I don't think I'm gonna get there. Made me want every tailor and blacksmith pattern for the Mog. I think I'm eventually gonna have a profession Mog collecting kick What I should do is I should get Flabby to make the things for me, because I think he has collected recipes, but I think eventually I'll decide, oh man, I need to level classic blacksmithing or like whatever these different things are. The problem is that it's just going to get expensive, because I'm probably going to, unless I decide to try to grind the mats by like mining or something, I'm probably going to be buying a lot of mats, and that's just going to be a bunch of gold. I like this because it's making me gold instead of having me spend gold for the most part. It's not making me much gold, but, you know, the needle's moving in the right direction. It's 90% since year 1 vanilla. That's my favorite typo. Mom has not been a priority. Mom's always a priority. Otters or ferrets, which is best? Seems kind of mean to make them compete. Do I have armaments? I do. So if I want to spend a little bit of gold on some reps, I don't need to though, do I? Nah, I shouldn't need to. Do I want to do it just in case? Just in case my math sucks? Let's get 6 elementum ingots. It's not gonna be that expensive. Just in the off chance that my math sucks. So we have extra armaments in those soulbind anyway. Okay. Most of the mat's cheap. You just need them in such great quantities to level that I feel like cheap ends up getting away from me, or like wood. I find I can usually sell these things if I just ask for 25 gold a pop. Nope, not those though.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Oh, we don't need the scarab coffer keys. Mm-hmm. That'll help. I went to go see my mom yesterday. It was fun. She's house sitting at a place that has a pretty nice water view, and it's lovely to just kind of watch the ocean and all the birds. I love bird watching at the beach or like any place with water adjacent. So a bald eagle flew like right over the house. It was so cool. So I think I'm popping over here to turn in like a cloak or something. I want to say.
Well met. Go in peace.
Yeah, Cape of Eternal Justice. I need an obsidian idol. And that'll be an item ID. There's not very many of these, but they're dirt cheap, which is nice. Do I need any of these guys? No? Question mark?
Ancestors watch over you.
And that's just a ring.
Go in peace.
Heard there are hammerhead sharks in the channel between the island and the mainland. Is that true? I'd have to Google it. I have no idea. I know we get dogfish here. That's the most populous type of shark, I think, in this area. Let me see. Are there hammerhead sharks in BC? It's been observed, apparently. Yeah, supposedly. What shark species live in the coastal waters? I don't really think too much about sharks. You get blue sharks. Yeah, spiny dogfish. Tons of those. Most abundant living shark. Fairly small. Greenland sharks, thresher sharks, cat sharks, mako sharks, Atlantic. Yeah, I don't know. If they're here, there's not many of them. But with today's climate, who knows where anything is anymore. Everybody's moving. So we turn in another 7 of these. That got me to honored. So I really don't need to keep turning these in, but I may as well. Chest, helmet, shoulders, legs, and boots. Nice. Completed Avengers battle gear. Lovely. Look at that. May as well turn these in if we're here. I don't think we're gonna need the rep, but just to have it. Okay, so now when we look at all the things, it should be less. 80. Yeah, we're up to 86% now, and we just need the mage and warlock sets. Perfect. Okay, so he can leave. That's why I don't like swimming in the rivers here. I know how far inland they can travel. I will say, of all of the ways that people get injured and die out here, I feel like shark attacks is not wildly high on the list. Drowning, absolutely. Hypothermia, probably a big one. You know, there's lots of danger you can get into the water, but it's mostly just because it's water. Am I turning these in? I'm just vendoring those guys. Yeah, nice. Okay.
See you later.
Let's go get that mage set. Water very deadly. That's why I don't even drink it. Alright, so her rep is looking very good. Very, very good. And she has 17 tokens to turn in, so I shouldn't need to do very much of this in this character. I shouldn't need to do any trash. Just scooting right along. Stay away from the mouths of rivers. That's where the bull shark nurseries are. I haven't done a lot of swimming in rivers in recent times. More as a kid, but usually lakes are where it's at. You'd get like lake weed wrapped around your foot and you would think it's an octopus, and then you would realize that you're 11 and stupid. Here we go. Slimy though. Why didn't I get any reputation? I killed the boss. I killed Scarum. What the heck? What's the big idea? Hello. Hello, Fausty. How you doing today? Happy Wednesday. Do I have any of the those quest items? No, okay. The right imagination. There's thousands of octopuses under your feet. It is Wednesday, yeah. It's the beginning of the Hazel Week. Top of the morning, yeah. There we go. Lovely. Alright, we got boots. And shoulders. Alright. Does Cthen still whisper when you're walking around this raid? If he has been, I've been very rude and have not been paying the slightest bit of attention. Leaving the old gods on red. It's terrible. I don't know what that is or what it's from, but I'm getting rid of it. Get out of here. Alright, it's time to finally stop killing Vem last. Let's move on to Yaj last. Let's do Vem first and then Kree. See how we can do here. See, maybe we'll get lucky, we'll get another piece. This item, no, they're all supposedly about a 5% drop rate, so. Boy. I'm gonna do this with Frostbolt. Because I want them to get devoured. Yaj. Alright, so this is actually, we're trying for the vest actually. I did it backwards. No luck. Also a loot bug. Oh, I forgot about these mounts. This has been a great opportunity to reconnect with our hand mounts here. Must cause some real existential issues for these old gods knowing you can one-shot them with a vendor weapon. Cthen still takes a little bit of doing. Some of my characters that have especially bad gear need a couple of globals on them. Yeah. A little embarrassing. You gotta know when your time's come and gone. So I think we need a grand total of 6k rep and then we'll be done. Because that just got me over to friendly. There's 500. Plus another insignia. When's the last time you saw Yogg Saron get a haircut? If you asked me to draw you a picture of Yogg Saron, it would be a creation of pure fantasy and no reality whatsoever. In that I don't remember what Yogg looks like. I could make up something that feels sort of old god-y. But it would be... It would not be Yogg Saron. I feel like I could do Gahoon because you just do a little grubby. You do a little red grubby. And then you make him a big red grubby. Or if you want to do Gahoon in the wall, then you just do effectively a wall-mounted sphincter. No better way to say that. Yeah, 89. We're getting there. My Warlock, I can turn in the rest of the excess armor pieces. And hopefully that helps her finish her rep early. You can solo N'Zoth's raid. It's easier if you've got good gear, though. Need a haircut? Used to shave my head, haven't cut my hair in 3 years, and have some serious locks. I'm having a shaggy phase myself. I think Legacy is up, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can just one-shot everything depending on what your character's like. I've been two-manning it pretty comfortably. You still have to do some mechanics, unfortunately. But not too bad. It's farmable. Is the mage set nice? I suppose it's just the priest set in a different color. That's exactly what it is. It is the priest set in a different color. And I suppose the warlock set is the same set in a third color. Yeah. I think I like the purple one. This one looks most on Karaji. Yeah, I think BFA raid's got legacy loot, so you're all set there. We get a bunch of extra insignias. Yeah, 4, so that's 2k. 4k. May as well finish the whole thing at this point. Not being able to solo Sylvanas. Oh man, we got all kinds of Anubis Sap idols. Can't believe it's been 5 years since that raid released. N'Zoth? Yeah, that's a little spooky. That's a long time. And we got 3. Yeah, we'll just do the rest of the raid at this point. Anyone else find it interesting that we're not getting new continents for the next 2? Kel'Thuzad for Midnight, Northrend for the Last Titan. Little bits. Wonder if they're finally running out of landmass. I don't think they'll ever run out of landmass because they can just make up new landmass. I feel like they'll continue doing that as it suits them until the end of time. Oh, that's actually worth 1,000. So now we're at 4,000. So now I can leave actually. Because I don't think we need anything from Cthulhu now. I don't know what that was. I lost it. Plans. We just need the idols and stuff. Bet there's a South Pole type of region under Pandaria. Hope there's penguins. We have penguins in Borealis, or not Borealis, but like Tiragard of all places. The whole other side of Azeroth, 2 moons. Ooh, do you think they'll do a moon? Think there's anything on the moon? Got me hooked on T-Mog farming too now. Nice. I'll take the blame for that. I can't put it down. There's always something else. It's just too fun right now. 1 moon for Horde, 1 moon for Alliance. Do you launch warfare, inter-moon warfare every time that they like orbit to be within reach of each other? Made $1 on sharp cheddar. EverQuest had an entire expansion on the moon. There were cat people and shadow creatures there. Okay.
Warm welcome, champion. Replenish the isles. Protect the flame. Life persists. Go with life. Alex Straza watch over you. Protect the flame. Go with life. Fair skies and strong winds.
Seeing you.
Nice. Okay, so now we're honored.
Alrighty then.
We do helmet,
Bye for now.
shoulders.
Seeing you. Can I help you? You have a great day now. Seeing you.
It's nice that we have all the stuff for this now. There's robes,
Our fire cleanses.
leggings,
Life
and boots.
replenish the isles. Honor the life binder. Alex Straza watch over.
Completing mage tier. That's right, rep doesn't transfer. Yeah, this one wasn't that bad to do. I'm sure there's some other ones that are going to be kind of gnarly, but this one came together in like 3 weeks or less. Something like that. Yeah, I think this is our 3rd week of farming the raids on stream. Get rid of all that. Oh, no. Give me that one back. Actually, I don't even think I sold it. It doesn't even have a sell price. We're all set. I think I'm going to get increasingly lazy about cleaning out the extra stuff from my bags here. I'm going to start just chucking things to the winds. Keep an extra Nubis South idol. Actually, I've got 2 extra Nubis South idols on this character. I can't even put them up. Anyway. Let's see. This is going to be the real tricky thing is can my Warlock finish her rep? Or is she going to be too far behind? She's been doing Viscidus, so she's got that going for her. But she missed a lot of trash rep in the first week and a half before I figured out what was going on. However, I'm usually quite a ways over, so maybe it'll be alright. Might be fine. She can turn in... Okay, I've got 1 Secrets already, and we can also turn in Eye of Cthulhu. So I think I'm going to do that, because we can just port back here. So let's get ourselves to the Caverns of Time. Lordanelle. Lordanelle. What a weird place for a Hearthstone to be. We'll go turn in Eye of Cthulhu just to get an extra 1,000 rep that way. Because I would love to get this finished, because then I'm truly caught up on tier sets for AQ. This is my last one. She's Alliance. $24 of 6, yeah. Gonna be a little tight. We have 18 insignias. That's quite a good supply. Some of my characters did not have that many. And 1 secrets. So I think we'll need to do the entire clear. But we have a chance. Especially if we get lots of rep tokens while we're in there. I wonder if you get insignias in 20 if it comes to that. I don't know if you do or not. Probably not. Anyway. Here's that. Sticks her back here. And then let's go run 20. If I'm going to be really thorough, I think I will do as much trash rep as I can this time, so I'm actually not going to turn in my tokens until the very end. Just in case that makes a difference in this one character because she's so behind. So this is going to be a little slow. Did I change my spec or am I still Demo? I'm Demo. I'm going to skip Viscidus, so it doesn't really matter if I go Destro. I think I'll do that because I want to have no pet up to make sure that I'm the one killing trash because that's why I wasn't getting rep in the first place. Because I think Implosion was working fine, but it'll just make me feel better if we're not using that. And then we can use, I don't know, Rain of Fire or something. Yeah. Oh, 2 soul shards for Rain of Fire. Oh dear. This is gonna be a little bit of a project. It's okay. We'll just get mocks down individually. Hazel got the Rocket Monday. Did you get your broom? Was hoping. Trading luck is working. I did get the broom. I got it on the very last day. I should start riding it around. Sweeper. And And then this character does not even have... Yeah, okay. She does not even have a pet, so she's going to get all the rep for sure. Yeah. Does any Warlock spec have good legacy farming raid capabilities if we're not using pet damage? Because I was using Implosion on Demo, and that was kind of sort of okay. Not really. I was wondering if AF had anything. Where's the Arcane Explosion? Like, AF? What does AF do? Because I'm open to options here. This is ugly. There we go. Yeah. Run. Skirm's gonna win here. There we go. Train life. Sow the seeds. I feel like if I was doing large pulls, I could just get away with, here, I'm gonna do the whole clear and then I'll come back and turn everything in. If I was gonna do large pulls, which I'll try and do larger pulls, then I can just rain of fire, really. If I can gather it all up. But yeah, at least your soul shards come back, so as long as you're not doing it too often. This seems to be about equally annoying as Implosion. Wow, we're up to 92.4. These mobs take so long to catch up to you. Also, I think they fear you at some point, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Okay, so we're going to kill them first, followed by Kree. Once Vem is devoured. See if Yaj wants to give me. No. No luck. No Mantle of the Desert Crusade. Okay. Do you have Fire and Brimstone on? I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of always in an area where I want to mount, though. That's okay. This is our last run of this, and then I don't think we need to use a Warlock for very much, hopefully. Do the Guardians give rep? I guess I can pull one and find out. No. Lots of dungeons and raids where you can't mount. Yeah, but there's... I'm assuming that for the vast majority of those, I don't have to bring a Warlock. We're only doing a Warlock for this one. Oh, look at all the Karaji artifacts I have, actually. That's a decent amount of rep right there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I don't need to be that careful. Plus 20 of those. Yeah, I think this is going fine. I think Destra's not a bad pick. Yeah, we'll get this done. I believe. I'm not doing the math, but I believe. How much Trader's Tender do I have left? I hadn't decided if I was going to spend more. I have just about 4K. If I drop 1,500, I can get 3 mounts, like the discounted older mounts. And that would be pretty easy. Cheap. But the reason I didn't buy them is because they're kind of boring mounts. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I guess there's no reason for me to be floating this much tender, but I just feel like one day they're going to come out with the month where I'm like really glad that I held on to as much tender as I did. I didn't mean to be this slow. Oh, it's a debilitating charge. Okay. I guess because I'm in combat, I'm not regenerating soul shards. Here, we'll just summon an infernal. That's worth it. It's a good idea. Finished my February trading post last night. Forgot there was a discount mount vendor. 99.78 amounts. Do you want to move up? I don't know. It seems like a pretty good number. It seems like a decent amount. I guess if I'm 99.78 percentile of mount collections, then that explains why I won the mount off so often. I kept being like, where are the real collectors? But I guess there's not very many of them. Although I'm sure plenty of them are on my server. I'm going to start skipping a little bit of trash. I think we can afford to with all of these. We've got 5k extra rep worth of artifacts here. And then we'll be able to turn in all of our extra pieces of gear as well. I guess the question is, would I impress anybody extra by being like 99.82% mount collections instead of being 99.78, you know? Is that going to like lock in a new fan that was kind of on the fence before? I didn't get those wrist guards for 3 weeks, and then I got 3 of them now. They just keep coming. 99.9 to impress me. That one might be a lost cause. That's alright. Can't win them all. That's what I tell Moose. I have to tell him a couple times a day, because he'll want to meet a dog or impress a dog or say hi to a dog, and then he'll do his pitch where he like kind of looks all friendly and sees if they want to say hi, and then they'll be like, nah. And then Moose gets all heartbroken, so I have to tell him he can't win them all. I don't have Burning Rush on this Warlock. I got another Anubis Death Idol. I have so many extras. We're gonna be working through those for a while. Two more bosses, and then no more. Well, not quite no more, actually. 2 more bosses, and then no more tier sets, anyway. Because, yeah, these idols are just for the tier sets. I'm not going to try to pull all this trash. I don't think I need to. Not with this many token turn-ins. 6 most collected mounts that you're missing all trading post. Yeah. There's a Garrison Invasion mount as well, and then Tanan Jungle boss mounts are my next most popular mounts that other people have that I don't have. A lot of missing WoD in my history. 4. Well, I don't know, I'm getting nervous. 24 is a lot. 24 is a lot of insignias. That's 12k rep right there. I'm gonna need... I think that's enough rep to do it on its own, because I need another 4 here, and then another, what, 3 plus another 9, so 13. So I think I have plenty here. I think we're good. I don't even think I need to do Oro. I think I could skip him and go straight to Cthulhu and be fine, but now I'm second guessing my math. Second guessing. This will be fun because this list is going to get so much smaller when I have the last tier set. It's basically just going to be 2 things. Assuming it tracks correctly. Sometimes these currency things, it gets confused about whether or not you still need them, even if you've collected everything that's for them. In Scarlet Monastery, it keeps telling me I need another Scarlet Crusade tabard to use as a currency, but I can't tell for what. Or like, I feel like I would have the thing already that it wants me to use that as a currency for. Maybe it is telling me for what, and I'm just not reading it. Darkmoon Fair. What do you get at the Darkmoon Fair vendor for it? You trade a tabard of the Scarlet Crusade? Oh. I need to look this up. Oh, no, you have to be wearing it to interact with her. Oh. Okay, so I'll hang on to one if I get one then. Because I know I have one somewhere, or I used to have one. I think used to have it is probably more accurate. I don't think I would have held on to the specific physical item, so we'll see if we can get another one to drop. Shouldn't be too hard with as many characters as we have, or as many runs as we're doing. But you can just get the drops in alternate Scarlet Monastery with the key. So if you get the whole set, then you don't need it? I wonder if it would still tell you that you needed it. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, I'm stuck in combat. Hi, Cthulhu. Long time no see. Time to say goodbye. It's been nice visiting. I don't know why I always go for the Mortal Coil. It doesn't help. It's not a good idea. Let's turn in as much over here as we can, and then we'll get back to the entrance and start turning stuff in. Two regalia. No arms. I don't think I need any of this. I think we're set. So what are we missing from Scarlet Monastery? Outdoor zones. Not outdoor zones, dungeons and raids. Bunch of zone drops. Bunch of lookalikes to the old heirloom set. AQ? Yeah, just finishing it up. Getting my last tier set, and then I think I should probably... Oh, it's gonna suck, but we should try and get the last 2 pieces from Silithid Royalty. I was really hoping they would drop. I was really hoping that they would just drop for me before it came to this. I hoped that before we were finished getting every tier set from AQ that I would have had all the boss loot. And it turns out I would have all the boss loot except for 2 things from Silhouette Royalty. Got a few sets yesterday before work. Nice. My Warlock has been blessed with lots of rep drops, so she should be able to catch up even though her rep was a bit behind. This 92.4 is about to get a lot better. Risky, stingy with drops. Oh man, Undermine's coming out in 6 days and 19 minutes. Yeah, you can see what you don't have for all classes. You just need to make sure you don't have... You just turn on account mode. Just enable account mode, and it'll show you everything for every class. Regardless of class and race filters. Sometimes it's a bit wonky, though. Specifically with items that have the same appearance, but on multiple armor types. I find that those items will sometimes show on some characters, but not others. So if there's like a pair of pants that are identical from mail and plate on one of your characters, and you still need like the male ones, one of your characters might see that you don't need anything else from that instance, whereas another character sees that you do in fact need to get the second one.
Alrighty then. You have a great day now. Goodbye for now. Right. Alrighty then. My, you're a tall one. Salutations. Hey!
Warm welcome, champion. Honor the life binder. Go with life.
I guess there's no harm in letting it turn in as many foot reps as it wants.
Replenish the isles. Protect the flame.
This is Latrix Plus that's turning in my quests here.
Goodbye for now. Seeing you. Right. My, you're a tall one.
Elune Adore.
Alex Strasser sees you. Life persists. Hoth Hadan Shi. Alex Strasser watch over you. Life binder be with you. Honor the life binder. Our fire cleanses. Protect the flame. It is good to see you, hero. We serve life. Alex Strasser watch over you. Our fire cleanses. Go with life. Replenish the isles. Hoth Hadan Shi.
Ishnu Daldien.
I need 2 idols of night. Shout out to people who still post these on the auction house for next to nothing. Saving me a bunch of time.
What brings you here? Asha Fellow.
There we go. Doomcaller's attire. Complete. That now means... I don't even know why it's still showing me Scarab Coffer keys. When you'd think that I wouldn't need that. Yeah, I just need 2 things from Silhouette Royalty now. Alright. Maybe probably shouldn't move these characters, actually. I should probably... They might need to run Silhouette Royalty again. Hi, kitty. You coming back up? Yeah, you need some of those Elementium ingots for the AQ quest. Weapons and stuff. Man. So the last 2 pieces I'm looking for. Mantle of the Desert Crusade. Unique. Vesta Swift Execution. It says it has shared appearances, but it doesn't seem to want to tell me what. So maybe, maybe it's not worth looking for. I think my new hell is Silhouette Royalty. I need 2 more pieces, and there's no way around it. We just gotta run them. We just gotta run them on as many characters as we can. Not much else to do about it. I can now start to vendor and get rid of extra idols and drapes and husks and everything, though. I could probably clean out the warbank as well, because I now have everything. I have everything. Okay. Tier-wise, anyway. Nobody wants that, do they? I'm just not that optimistic. It took me, I think, like 20 attempts to get one piece of Mog from that boss, and I need 2 more of them. And you can only try for one at a time. You have to choose which one you're trying for between the 2 of them. I think it's just going to be kind of ugly. But when it's done, it'll be big done. Hi. Hi. We got 15 minutes. We could try it a few times. Or we could poke around in Scarlet Monastery. That might be more fun. Let's see. I'll take my maid. Maybe she's lucky. She wouldn't have done AQ yet. So we gotta kill Yaj last, and then we gotta kill Kree last for the final piece. But maybe we'll get lucky. We only need the thing to drop once. Actually, let's do Borealis. Borealis to Stealthus. This character happens to have a Borealis teleport ring, and by golly, she's gonna use it. Thought that mount was gonna fly. Sure doesn't. But this is gonna be a much faster run of the raid to do because we only need to do the first boss. Look at how cute. Look at how cute my gnome is on this mount. Standing is the only way to go. Gnome is the finest race to ride this mount. Looks way better. Yeah, it's the new Love is in the Air mount. I got it on the last possible chance of the year. Nice soft cushion seat under her boots. I don't know if you need to do this one, but may as well. Oh yeah, it doesn't even give me any rep because I'm exalted on this character. Gotta wait another year to try again. Yeah, I couldn't believe getting it at the last minute like that. Yeah, I wonder how fast I can do this. I want to do this this week on every character that can. I guess I also don't know what the lockout is like on this particular instance. I'll see when I've done this. 5 days. Okay, so this one is a full week-long lockout. It's just the other instance. 20 is like a weirdly short lockout. So we'll do them first. Them gets devoured. Then we do Kree. How's your overall going? I will take a look. Ooh. Come on, Yaj. One Mantle of the Desert Crusade, please. As soon as I'm feeling better. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I saw Mantle of, and I got excited. And it wasn't the one. My all the things currently sitting at 63.3. That is account mode, so all armor types, but it does not include source IDs, and I'm not tracking things like quests and flight paths. So cold. I had just gotten up when I signed in. Doc wanted it. 19 Fahrenheit. Oh. Alright, who else can try? We did these ones. I guess Boy could give it a go. It's a terrible character to do it on. Good as anything else. Maybe Boy will be lucky. Mantle of Stalking Hanger. I wonder if he has the scroll. Oh, he still has a... Oh yeah, that's right. He's got like the head and everything. Doesn't need these. His Hearthstone takes him to Veldraken. I'll just go Starmund to Borellis to Silithus. Or maybe even just Starmund to Oldham and fly. Because Oldham's not that far, and if a character didn't do anything in BFA, they won't have the Silithus port yet. And I don't know who did it and who didn't, so we're just gonna maybe take the Oldham one. Oh, hi, kitty. Yeah, a bunch of random stuff in his bags. Extra Nubisath idols and... I guess he doesn't need to track Brood Nozdormu rep anymore. It's not like he made very much progress on it in the first place. It's always fun popping up the menu list to see what kind of random things you're missing. Romkahen. Oh, they're lookalikes. Twilight of... Bastion Twilight. Okay. Romkahen rep items. Archaeology? That's what the Staff of Amune looks like? I never got it. I kind of thought it was gonna be cooler looking. That was a vintage mug. Alright, Silithid royalty around, I don't know, 30 to 40 something. I like the bug bosses, I'm gonna miss them. Sometimes in the morning I'll see trash trucks going around the city, and they've got like these little green like rails that they use to pick up dumpsters, and they look like, they kind of look like Silithid, or like big bugs with big bug feelers. I don't know if you have to kill him or not, but no harm. I will dismiss my pet, though. Actually, let's just go Destro. About to do a hunter pet hunt? Nice. What are you after? What you hunting? And we hang left. I will do one more. I will do this and then one more attempt at this Mog. If it somehow magically drops me this one, then we can do an attempt at the third one. But I don't know. I think these guys might have me in a chokehold for a while. I'm going to regret having moved so many characters away from this raid. I got all excited about being done with the tier, and I kind of forgot about these last two things. Alright, Yaj last. Any luck? We're looking for a Mantle of the Desert Crusade. No. I feel like it's fairly often that they don't drop anything that's specific to them. So, we can start a group and then leave it to just get popped out the entrance. I could do that early, but I feel like this would be kind of a stressful one to do that on. Because, you know, if I get feared for a really long time and I'm just not doing a great job of killing it quickly enough, then I could be in trouble. We can clean up his bags. It's nice that you can mount in here. Difficulty with the royals. Yeah, they're annoying. They apparently it's really tough to get all of their loot. I guess you could get lucky, but they're really stingy about dropping their specific items. They each have a loot table that is specific to killing that boss third. But they're not guaranteed to drop stuff off of it. Okay. Get on the next character. Do one more chance for the day, and then I'll be wrapping up until tomorrow. Making each hunter have a theme. Currently, I'm a gnome hunter hunting stonehounds. Nice. Alright. Who's next? I've got a bunch of extra hunters here. This one, I suppose. They're all still in Burning Steppes because they were doing Blackwing Lair last. They're still living the Flamegore nightmare. Or they were. They're free now. This character's actually level 80, so she's not going to have an easy port. We'll probably do this one via Oldham as well. Dornegal to Stormwind to Oldham and then fly. A little roundabout, but it'll get the job done. Yeah, it's not the pet we want. She still had a Nixius head on her. Oh dear. I'll make a point to leave these characters out here until we finish scraping the last two pieces of loot off of Silithid Royalty. That's a very large exclamation point. I wonder if I have an add-on that's doing that. That's like comically large. I found out there were a bunch of War Within engineering toys that were on the auction house super cheap that I didn't have collected. I'll normally pull up the auction house and I'll check for uncollected items, but I'll specifically check for uncollected Mog, and then I'll buy things if they're cheap. But I forgot to check Mog, and it was just checking for uncollected everything and sorting by cheap, and there was like a bunch of toys that I didn't have. There's 25 gold each. Got a handful of them. Are you saving all the monster piece drops in the off chance to let you mount heads in your player house? I think I got about enough of that in Valheim to last me a lifetime. This may come as a surprise, but I don't know if head mounting is going to be the cornerstone of my interior design vision. Maybe not so much with the taxidermy. I'm gonna try and skip Skyrim. Just run right by him. See you later, Mr. Sonic Gen. Have a nice day. Oh, it opens the door, doesn't it? Don't mind me. Yeah, this is gonna clog up her bags. I think that percentage is global. Although it would surprise me if only 2% of accounts got the sweeper. But I guess there's quite a few people that might not have known about it and might not have been running the boss every day. And then, of course, there's people that ran the boss every day and didn't get the mount. Another year, another rocket-free holiday. Maybe next year. Gets tough after a while. Alright, we're killing Princess last. Da-da-da-da-da. Darn it. Oh, yes. Okay. I read them from the bottom up and I saw the Mantle of Phrenic Power and I was like, oh man, you got me again. But I did get the Mantle of the Desert Crusade. Nice. All right. I am 99.3% done with AQ. I need one more piece from this boss from killing Lord Kree last. So tomorrow that's what we're gonna start doing. I will leave this character out the instance entrance just in case it doesn't happen, because it might not. But we only gotta get lucky one more time. Plus, these shoulders are actually pretty cool. Those will go with some things. Pretty pleased with that. Thank you very much for joining me today, everybody. I'm going to head out for today, but I'll be back tomorrow morning. See if we can get our 100% on AQ then. Appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.